Yo, what is up? It is your boy Frisco Fahs here with another deck profile. I just got done with the regional today for the PPG regional July 31st, and guess what? I won, baby! Woohoo! Yeah. So, yes, I went 8-0. And I took first place, and I'm super happy about it. And I wanted to share the deck profile. It's something I kind of came up with a while ago and did well with it in another event. And I want to share it with you guys and get some shout outs, and then hopefully you guys like it. Sadly, I had to do my girl launch one more time before the 6th of August, and you'll know what I mean here shortly. But if you don't know, yeah, I played Red Blue Launch. I got first place at the regional today. Over 200 players, so it's a pretty large event. Um, if you don't know what she does, she has an auto on her front side. When you come up with a card, draw a card. And then she has another auto. When you flip a card face up in your life, you get to draw a card and flip her over. This side does the exact same thing. When you combo card, draw a card. But when this side attacks, you get to shrink anything by 5k, even unisons, which is super relevant to know. So you can even shrink unisons by 5k. Same thing. When you flip a life, you get to draw a card and flip over. You can only do this once per turn, so you can't flip twice per turn or anything like that. So you can only flip once. You flip once, you're done. Once you flip once, you're done for the turn. So you just can't infinitely draw your cards through your deck and whatnot. She's a 5k, 10k. You definitely want to be on the 10k on your opponent's turn, and then you want to end the turn on your front side. So when you end the turn on your front side, you'll flip and be, the larger power of the 10k on your opponent's turn. So definitely try to do that. It's a little bit different with being on the draw versus on the play, etc. Because usually instead of flipping like on your opponent's turn when you're on the draw, you can do a turn under like Topo Violent Raise before you do the whole flipping thing, and then that way you can kind of reset where you want to flip at for the start of your opponent's next turn. So that's the leader launch. So what does this deck do, right? Well, first let's go over the flippers, right? So currently this is the 53 card deck. I play 11 flippers, 53 cards. 3 of the promos, 4 one-drop Bulmas, 4 of the SRs. SR is the most important flipper in the deck. One reason why is it works when you're on your front side of the leader from the drop area. So once it's in the drop area, you can use it from the drop in the combo area, draw 2, and flip over. So you're actually netting 2 cards from your hand once it's in the drop area and your leader's on its front side. You can activate more than one of these per turn if you're on the front side. So if for some odd reason you want to combo more from the drop, you can, as long as your leader is a 5k in the front. Bulma's really good because you could pay 1 draw card, so it's going to be a red blue deck, and you play Beer Super combo. There's a lot of times where you're going to want to tap 1 red blue just to draw a card, just so you make use out of your Beer Super combo. The winner promo is good when it's on board and you combo with a card, not herself but a different card. You get to shrink something by 5k. It almost came up actually in the finals game, but it got countered. I rarely play it. It's very niche as far as playing it. It's just another flipper. I'm a firm believer if you're at 53 cards, between 50 or 53 cards, you run 11 flippers. If you run anything higher than 53 cards, you have to max out of 12. I typically wouldn't build launch anything past 56 cards, but that's just my own belief on it. So yeah, I would definitely stick at 11 flippers, 53 card deck. That is the sweet spot I found. Shout out to my boy Matthew Coombs about that. He was definitely a big proponent on trying to keep the deck keep it as small as possible and not go over. Because I was always at like 54, 55 sometimes in some variants, and he's always challenging me to get it down. And it definitely feels like it runs more smooth. So what does this deck do, right? So what this deck does is it's a burn deck, right? So it plays 6 drop Gokus, 4 Caplos, and 4 Rival Seekers. As you know, Legends and Sublet love Invoker. This is basically Launch Invoker deck. If you watch your videos, you probably know what these do. But if not, I can refresh you real quick. Rival Seeker really is cool with launch because it's a free 10k combo when you have an extra card, red blue extra card in your drop. I'll show you how to get these in the drop in a second. And then it's a free 10k, so it's a free 10k draw card, and it enables a rival cards. Really good. When you have 5 energy and you pay 3 energy for them, you get to grab 2 Rival Seekers from your drop to your warp, put them back, or from your warp to your hand, and then you get to evolve in the 6 drop for free, right? So you go 2 extra cards in warp to hand. You put him on top. You put 3 energy that you tap for Rival Seeker back in the drop area. Put 3 red blue cards in your drop area to your energy, ignoring rest mode, right? And then you turn on your cap blows, and for every cap blow that you do, the first one does 2. Then 2, 3, 4, 5. So this deck has the ability to burn 5. You can do more if you want to resolve more than one Rival Seeker in a turn, but typically with launch and you're pretty interactive, they're probably going to be at 5 lace. So that is definitely like the win condition of the deck. It's sadly on August 6th, it's going to be limit 1 per turn, so you can only activate this once per turn. That's why I wanted to do this one last time with her, get one last hurrah. I'm glad I did it because it paid off. Definitely the strongest win con of the game right now. We'll see how when the new meta shapes up, but yeah, as of right now, it's the best win con in the game. Put these here. And I'll put the 2 6 drops right here. All right, so red blue. What does that mean, right? So we're running a rival stuff. We have 4 coolers, 4 booze, 4 beer super combo. Beer super combo is really good because it's basically a super combo 10k draw card, right? But it also untaps that energy, really strong. It taps, it switches one of your red blue cards in your energy that's in rest mode back to active mode, and it enables a rival, which is Cooler and Hercule Boo. Cooler is good because it's a 20k double strike. Chooses 2 things, ignoring barrier, minuses it by 10k, and they mill a card. Super good against like Bojack, anything with barrier, but Bojack is the biggest one that comes to mind. Or anything that goes wide, really, because you're picking 2 threats. So the theory is with the deck, since the deck kind of plays, I know we call it like lame, but it kind of just sits back and plays a little bit more of a reactive game state. These are your cards that you're going to be holding back in your hand. If as soon as your opponent like pushes or they overextend, these cards really definitely punish them for it. And Cooler itself is 20k double, pressures Unisys, pressures leader, and then it's kind of I don't want to say a secondary win con, but it's a very strong card. Hercule Boo is good. It costs 1 blue. Cooler costs 1 red. The 1 blue is it shrinks one thing by 10k, right? And especially what's super important is to try to stop leaders and unison swings because your opponent will have a hard time comboing a certain amount of cards because you can always interact and just blow up things on their turn, right? So even if your opponent combos 50k to 50k battle card, 50k combo power with a battle card, but its original power, if its power is like 15 or 20k, you just have to resolve 2 of these and it's just going to die, right? So it's going to be hard for them to overcommit. This shrinks 1 battle card by 10k and draws a card. And at the end of the turn, whatever player's turn it is, you get to choose 1 red or blue battle card in play and return it to its owner's hand, not counting itself. So I will show you what you would put back in your hand a little bit later. All right, so let's see here. How are we going to get these catastrophic blows in the drop area, right? So this only works if the cap blows go in the drop area. One way we have is Friendly Rival Frieza. So what this card does is when you combo it, you get to choose 1 red extra card in your deck and put it in your drop area. This draws you a card because of launch, and it gets your cap blows into the drop, and then turns on Rival Seeker. Not only the turn 5, but it turns on the free 10k combo power. So it's very hard for aggro decks to punch through damage because you always have free 10k combo power. Super good. All right. Other ways to get the extra cards out of your drop: 2 topos. Right, topos counter attack every time your opponent attacks from that. If they don't counter it, they have to pitch 2 cards. Super good. You pitch a card. Hey, guess what? You pitch Rival Seeker, right? This is a very good card to actually bounce back with Hercule Boo. So if you're on the crack back and you topo and you need another topo, all you have to do is just resolve a Hercule Boo. Right? There's 4 in there. So all you have to do is resolve a Hercule Boo, and then you'll be able just to bounce it back at the end of your turn, and your opponent's like, well, I gonna face down another Topo. So if you're resolving one and they have no answer for Topo, you can just rinse and repeat this, right? You can just play Topo, Hercule Boo, bounce the Topo, bada bing, bada boom, and it makes your opponent very hard to fight through that. And since launch nets one card on each player's turn, typically I like to topo after I do my flip shenanigans. That basically means that the cost of this card was technically free, typically, because usually players don't draw cards on their opponent's turn. Other ways to get the catastrophic blow out of the deck. Violent Rays, beautiful card. Counter attack, 1 red, right? You get to pitch a card from hand, aka pitch a cat blow. You get to choose unisons or battle cards. Your opponent can't attack with battle cards or unisons of 20k or more power for the turn. So super good against anything aggro, anything mid range. It's a really good negate. Also, it's really important because a lot of your stuff gets hit by Koetsukai because they all play on your opponent's turn. So you definitely need a main deck at least 3 of these because the turns they play Koetsukai is probably the turn that you need to resolve Violent Rays. And then your arrival and your topos become a secondary option to survive the turn. All right. Let's go over some of the all-stars of the deck today. Sin Shenron, Unison of Calamity. So this Unison put in a lot of work, as you probably saw in the championship game here with Sublet. This is an amazing Unison. Permanent, you can attack red cards in active mode, right? So your red cards can attack things in active mode, super good. So that it's including leader as well, and including your red-blue stuff. It does not say mono red, so those things can attack things in active mode. It's +1, shrink 2 things by 15k. -2, you get to look at their hand, take something out of their hand, 25k or less, and put it in the drop area. It's really good to use the -2 the time you're going into Rival Seeker, because then you can see their hand, like, oh, hey, they got no counterplay. I guess I just won the game kind of thing. So it's really good to do that -2 just to give that insurance that you're not making a risky play. Really good Unison. Definitely like the number at 2 there. Another way to look at the hand is Brawly, Crown of Retribution. If your opponent has 2 or more energy in active mode, you get to look at their hand, choose something that's 20k or less, and put it in the drop area. So very similar to this, and with how popular blue is going to be becoming, this just seemed like a natural fit just to put it back in the main. Also helps against Blue Baby as well, and having another out just to basically take all their counter plays out, because you don't really care about their turn enders because they have to basically counter this guy, or I should say technically this guy. Other ways to get the capital out of your hand is Android 18 Steadfast Technique. So this card's really good because, there you go. This card, what this does is basically a 5k combo. You get to pitch a extra card from your hand. If you do, your leader gets +6k for the turn. Or is it the combo card? When you combo with this card, it gets okay, yeah. So this card gets a 6k combo. So basically, when you do this pitch a cap blow, this becomes an 11k combo. So if someone's swinging at you at 20 and you're here, you can just do hey, and you just use the flipper and you didn't combo anything else. Like hey, okay, I guess I'll just do this. Draw a card, pitch a cap blow, boom, right there. You just basically comboed 15k. Well, really 11k, but you just need a 15k to get over that swing. It's really good, and it enables a rival to and gets these out of your hands, gets the cap blows out of your hand offensively, other than freeze it, right? So if you have like 3 or 4 of these in your hand, sometimes it happens, or you just draw them all, and you need to get them out of your hand offensively. This card is really good doing that, especially on the turn you want to try to win the game. One combo attack cooler. What this basically is a 5th cooler. Is it tyrannical? Tyrannical assault. So it's a 5th one of this basically. It's pay 1 energy. The only target's a Frieza clan, but it bounce a Frieza clan, but this is the only target. He bounces back to your hand for 1 blue energy, and then when this is in battle and you activate battle, you get to combo a red-blue card from your drop into the combo, which is super cool because it basically draws you a card. So if when you pay 1, bounces back to your hand, you swing with it. If you only did the flipper for the turn, right, you get to combo from the drop, and then you get to draw the card for the leader for the second auto for the combo. So this basically draws you a card every turn. It's like kind of like another draw power plus 10k combo, which enables your arrival pieces as well. I originally had like a lot of copies in this, but the smaller amount the better, just because it's not always relevant, and it's just good when you're trying to apply pressure. All right, best blue card in the game, Sensu Bean, right? So 4 Sensu Bean, pay 1 blue, untap 2 anything, super good. Really good with beer super combos. At the turns you're able to tap out, you just do this, Bean, do a bunch of arrival stuff, depending on how many beans you want to resolve. Leader gets 5k for the turn, super good, especially your leader's a 510 instead of a 1015 traditionally. So, yep, play 4. I tried running 3, got super punished for it at a previous tournament, so run 4 and never think back. And if you're always thinking about what to charge, you don't know what to charge, Bean is always a good card to charge because it's basically an extra energy anyways, and if you're not going to use it, that's a good way to do it. So I got 2 black cards in the deck. I have Mechikabura. I call him Machukakabra, but Mechikabura, the Broken Seal. It's basically an out to anything in the deck. So basically, it's an out to counter plays, right? So for his Charismatic Villain, you have your out for it. Turning the Tide, hey, you have your out for it. Dark Brawl, you got your out for it. Gogeta Zeno, I played one, right? Gogeta 6, the cost of 6. You have an out for it, right? So this is kind of like your catch-all card rather than playing something specific to what the deck is weakened to, right? Because you typically want to counter their counter for Rival Seeker. When instead of doing that, I just play a generic good card that's good against across all the matchups, and and it has multiple facets to being used, right? Instead of that linear thing of like Vegeta Resolve Renewed or whatever, the counter, or Beerus Ball, right? Like those are a little bit more niche cards, and this is a little bit more flexible, and it's good against basically a lot of matchups, right? Invoker, you saw he had to rip it out of my hand because I could say 6-drop Goku or Apex of Power. So it was just definitely that good one of to have on the deck, just kind of that catch-all thing. And it's launch, so you'll see a lot of your cards in your deck because everything's flipped up, so you can definitely find it too. Secret Rare, Space Time Traveler, Supreme Kai. Definitely the best unison for the deck. One reason why it's super easy to resolve on their turn because of Beerus and Bean, right? It stops unison and leader swings for the turn. Other cool things, it blows up the unison in their entire board. So the turn you want to go into Rival Seeker, you can actually just play this for 2 energy and just kill the unison, right? So it's basically a secondary of Broken Seal against like green decks, right? Because you just need to see one of the 2, right? Just to make sure to turn off Charismatic Villain. Against like blue decks, you definitely want this. Take out the unison and get rid of God Sealing. Also, you have the other options here. So it's really good. Also, just a 40k beater, right? It's just a good card. So I definitely like this. I think it's definitely a staple for the deck. If you don't have it, it's going to feel a little bit worse because this is definitely your catch-all to ensure that this works, plus to make sure you get there as well. So yeah, this is the deck. It's currently 53 cards. I went 8-0. I got 1 bye first round and gave me the win. I played 2 blue yellow mecha. I played an Invoker. I played Gogeta Zeno. That's 4. And I'm trying to remember the other decks I played against. And it escapes me. I don't remember. Yeah. King Cold I played against Devin Butters. That's a really good game. I barely made that out. That's 5. There's 2 other games, 3 other games I can't really remember. King Vegeta. I beat 2 King Vegetas as well. And there's probably a rogue deck in there that I missed somewhere. But yeah, those are my matchups. 2 blue yellow mecha, 2 King Vegeta, King Cold, Invoker. Yeah, that's pretty much the spread of it. And yeah. And I really like the deck. Sadly, since this is going to limit 1, it's going to be the ways that you can do about it now. If you really want to try to play this deck, I would change the ratios from 3 cat blows to maybe 3 6-drops because you just want to resolve maybe 2 6-drops on the same turn, since you can only resolve 1 of these. The problem with it though is that you can't. You're not going to be able to resolve 2 Rival Seekers in the deck because you need 2 red-blue extra cards in the warp, right? Invoker, traditional Invoker has that luxury because they have a lot of red-blue extra cards in the warp. This deck doesn't, so it's going to be hard resolving multiples of these in the same turn. So you're going to have to just focus on getting them to 2 life and just resolving this for the win, compared to leaving them at 4 or 5 life and just being super lame. I don't know if it's going to be the best version of the deck. I'm working on a lot of red-blue stuff, and I'll probably do like some videos on some red-blue stuff in the future for launch because I think it's actually going to be really good coming forward in the meta. Shoutouts to my team, FOE, PPG, yo, Set 14 is coming out. Definitely get your product from the Machado at PPG. Shout out to the boys at 3XG. I wouldn't have got this victory without you guys. I appreciate all the insights and helped me out in testing and everything like that. I'm glad I took one for the team. And FOE PPG's been putting a lot of work. We've got a lot of webcam victories, placings, top cuts, and everything. So we're all doing super well. I'm proud of everybody. Shout out to boy Sublet. He got top four, I think third place. We were playing in the championship. If you guys don't know, we actually it's actually a repeat. We not a repeat, but the time that he won the regionals, I played him in the finals, and I lost with Soul Striker Janumba. I think I still got second place, but it's just funny that we just were in finals together 2 times in a row, which is quite interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile, and I will see you guys for the set 14 meta. I'll hopefully be playing next weekend. I'll see what I can play. Can't play this, or at least I can't play full power, so I want to say bye-bye to my girl and show her the love. I'm glad I did well with it. Peace, guys. Have a good one.